So we got the Winter Wyvern and Weaver being picked up against the Dark Willow pickup against the infamous Gaming. Let's see, what are we looking at here? So safe lane Weaver, unless this could be magically mid Weaver, I wouldn't be too surprised, but we're not in the patch to be trying magic and wild things here. But I'm not gonna lie, Chaos has a mishmash of heroes right now. Every time I see a mishmash of heroes, and it's all thanks to Chaos too, because Chaos puts that thought in my mind. Every time I see a mishmash of heroes like this, especially like a Brewmaster, my first thought, always my first thought is this gonna be a Meepo? I don't think this will be a Meepo though, but I'm just saying that's the first thing that comes to mind every time I see this combination of heroes picked up. And, I guess what I'm saying is that it doesn't look like it's a combination of any amount of heroes. It looks like it's just heroes. And that's what kind of spawns a Meepo pick. But, you don't quite know. You won't quite know. Shadow Friend is going to be the ban out for the mid potentiality from Chaos to Infamous. Are they going to see that it could possibly be a Meepo pickup? You never know. It could be. But it'd be a really weird way to start the day 2 of the regional qualifiers, picking up a Wii Meepo. But both teams are lacking their mid, unless this is a safe Weaver, then who knows. Well, unless this is a mid Weaver, I mean. This looks like a safe Weaver. I don't know why I was saying it possibly couldn't look like a safe Weaver. They last banned the Huskar. Actually, that's a pretty good ban. I like that ban indefinitely in this game. The Huskar is pretty strong against their lineup. It's great. It slows down practically anyone's lane, no matter what you're trying to do. It's got great roaming potential because it's Huskar. He can literally just pop into your lane, drop his ultimate, and leave, and it causes problems. Kunkka will be the last pickup here, so now it looks like it's not really that much of a draft lineup there for Meepo in this scenario. We'll just have to leave it be for now.
10 seconds remaining.
We'll have to pick Weepo a different day.
5 seconds remaining.
Alright, you know what, I like this a lot. The Templar Assassin mid, it's actually pretty good against Kunkka, just so long as she doesn't eat a torrent, because Torrent's damage is tick over time anyway, so just so long as he doesn't get smashed by the eventual destruction of... Oh. Wait, HFN doesn't mid. So this is mid Weaver then. Unless they're making an exception for today. So we do get to see a Tavo Brewmaster though, and we do see Misery Shaman in this game, so it'll be a 4 Shaman. That's pretty good because I like to see 4 Shamans, and 4 Shamans usually are pretty good at building up very specific items that can help them in the game quite well, actually. Something that surprises me, I'm surprised people still use this Jug Sword with that new Immortal Sword that came out as well, but I really do like this sword a lot. I think I still have it, but it's a very beautiful sword. We have Tomato, Kuninka, Bavair. I can't remember. There's one Dota player that actually has the red version of those ears. I can't remember who. But it doesn't really matter because it's not even like a super expensive item, the red version of the ears. Are they even ears? I guess it's more of like a feather crown. I'm pretty sure it says even what the name of the item is with the name of the item. Oh.
Now I'm feeling it. That was not wise.
They'll never find your grave.
Just let that go through. Oh, so it is Weehaw. Okay. Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 1 between Chaos and Infamous for the upper bracket series. This is Weehaw, but it's not. Okay. So, it's actually HFN mid then, and Weehaw in the safe with the Weaver instead. So, let's get into this game as it's underway. The ward goes down in mid. Not under direct tower vision, so it's actually pretty okay where that is. That being said, let's go ahead and jump on who's where and where's who. We will have Chaos on the side of the Radiant today. HFN will be the Templar Assassin in the mid. Mr. King Owl will be the Winter Wyvern. Brewmaster by Tavo, Weaver, going to be played by supposedly Weehaw. The Shadow Shaman will be Misery. Following that, on the side of the Dire, we'll have Infamous today. Papita will be the Vengeful Spirit. Skitter will be the Juggernaut. Lion will be played by Moose. Bever will be the Dark Willow. And Tomato will be the Kunkka. No Tide Hunter today for our very comical wombo combo of already forced attempted comical duos. Sentry ward on Bever. They're going to try to get an early D ward down. And by that I mean they're probably going to try to go for an early counter warding attempt. Root goes out, but it's right on top of the rune, and it looks like it doesn't matter. They will get it anyway. So this will be a 3-1 pickup. So,
luck next time.
okay, Tavo.
They'll never find your grave.
Looks like Chaos is in a very happy mood this morning as they've gotten the 3 rune immediately ran into, and they're already hitting everybody with that all chat. So this says Chaos, right? So down there, yeah, okay, that's what I thought. I imagine if it says Chaos or Infamous literally everywhere. Maybe it does that for people that are in the game. I wouldn't know. I never get to see that graphic. Templar Assassin already dealing quite a bit of damage to Tomato in the mid. The same thing can go either way, though, in this scenario, as they did not go Refraction level 1. Which usually you don't go Refraction 1 anyway, but you definitely go Tidebringer 1. Almost 100% of the time. Yeah, HFN playing very aggressively here. Although, he's playing aggressive underneath his own tower, so... Yeah, Tomato is doing quite a bit of damage to HFN here, but this is how most mids that I see usually go. High aggression, high damage, high what the heck's going on. How you doing? Yeah, I want to think mid is going to be our high octave lane was the way I was trying to word that one. But man, HFN is literally not sparing the boats here by taking all this damage. Salve already brought in by the Kunkka as well. I will try to confirm now if this is actually Weehaw or not, but pretty sure Weehaw is like mid almost 100% of the time, so it's just confusing not to see Weehaw mid. Misery clicking down moves, he's got the superior right click damage at 77 compared to Lion's 50 plus 2, which is actually one from a Fairy Fire, so it's not like it's going to be anything in comparison. That's the big thing about Shadow Shaman. Like, he even though he might not have, like, the spells to make up for, like, his performance in the lane, he has 77 right-click damage, which has nothing to do with Intel being his primary attribute, because he's got 25 strength he doesn't have. Actually, no, I say that. He's got a lot of HP, too. Well, one way or another, he's one very strong boy. We were already posting out the spread out here. I'm going to confirm now to figure out if this is actually Weeha or not. Anyway, back up in the top lane, Shaman might be in a bit of trouble. He's hexed up, but oh, actually no, it's back in the mid where we see TA go down.
Here come the sharks.
My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. It was fairly early in the morning for me. Of course, that's no excuse to be missing the first blood. That's only the most important kill in the beginning of any game. But to be fair, I guess I was saying it is going to be the high octave lane because of the action that goes on there. Tavo, it's going to be alright. Was getting spun up there by Skitter. Pop the healing south though. We'll save it for the time being. Weaver trying to go aggressive onto Bever. I don't think he's trying to. It looks like Weaver might be in a bit of trouble, but they'll be able to disengage for the time being. Back up on top, though. They are going to try to go for Skinner, but they get moves instead. Damage is definitely there, available from the level 2 Ether Shock. Or Ether Shock.
Haste.
It's like Misery. Gonna be in a bit of trouble here with Tomato rotating in with that haste rune, going as much damage as possible on Misery, but actually, you know, Misery's a little bit of a tanky boy. He's got 4 armor, actually. Holy moly, that's insane.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Gonna go ahead and miss the Shadow Realm attack as well. HFN trying to make up some recovery time farm here. Trap goes down in the mid. It'll be tickled a little bit, but that's not going to change anything. Like, is that a trap detonation up in top? No, that was the Ether Shock there going to work.
Scanning.
It's like the 5-minute bounty runes are going to be relatively contested. The stun goes out onto Tavo, so he's not getting it, but Tavo is not done with this and wants to punish Moose for his impotence. No stun available as they used it to get the rune initially. Now it's going to be spun around as Skitter, who has spin available, could just turn and spin if he wants to. Drops the healing ward onto the high ground. Misery, though, is going to be the one of loss here. At least takes down the healing ward for that 75 gold and is going to move on from there. And by that, I mean move on to the grave. One dead boy. A lot of dead. A lot of dead. Stun goes out on bottom. Weaver trying to dodge it. It's actually going to be scouted by the sentry ward that's just barely out of range. Now it looks like he's going to be diving upon the top of the tower. He did not have invis available, so he is going down. Definitely there. Sentry being thrown down in the mid, immediately scouted out. It's going to be a trap detonation on Tomato there. Both structures being fortified. I don't think it is we, guys, so most likely it is a sub today. You know, subs happen. Subs happen. But it's not like this is hard for him either. It looks like he's doing relatively okay. He's 0-1, however, 24-5 of his current CS. He might actually be 0-2 in a second here. Nah, he'll be okay. They still managed to get Papita. They want to keep going. They get the slow on Luz and Bever. And they immediately turn to Bever, and he dies within 2 hits. Stun goes out, and it will land on everybody, but Moose is in a very precarious spot where Weaver is still clicking him anyway. So it will be a double kill, 3 kills, all kills in this lane. That was the DD rune also going to work if you're wondering like how much damage that actually is. Kunka roaming around with the remaining HP of these creeps. The courier coming in for a little classical bait going on here, but you know, that can't be cleaved by that. A lot of classical bait going on here. Unless this isn't bait, it might not actually be bait. Chaos lining up for an engagement on Papita down here in the bot. The stun is available, but there's so much damage on this Birdman. Bird Lady, actually, not Birdman. Kill goes on up in the top as well. Tavo does unfortunately fall, but they will manage to get Papita. But that is not a trade you want to be taking there. Or no, that's actually core, so that is a trade. Now it's no longer a trade they want to be taking, now that Tomato has claimed both kills up in the top lane.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Back in the mid, though, we are seeing HFN dive moves, and he very much gets the kill. Doesn't have meld available, so there is no immediate method of escape in this scenario. No TP either, so he's just going to be in a lot of trouble here. Although they're trying to right-click battle that off, but I really don't think they're going to be able to make this. TP comes in as well with the stun following through. There is not another set of refraction shields. An invis rune, but they have reveal. He's going down one way or another here. But they're trying to get it, but yeah, that early pickup or reveal there. I guess they expected a meld. Well, no, I say that, though. Weaver's in this game, too, so most likely used particularly in the lane to catch a Weaver out, but now they are 4-man rotating down into the bot to try and confirm something else on this one, and he's just getting out of there. He can't really afford to be in any very bad situations here. Tavo, now they're trying to get this top tower. Misery doesn't even have his Shaman words yet, so they're just doing this the old-fashioned way. Their TP's up to the top lane as well. He's got level 1 Bramble available if he needs to, plus level 2 Shadow Realm. But it looks like they're going to get this tower one way or another. Tavo will go ahead and tank the tower with the good old Drunken Brawler. Yeah, they will get that one, no problem. Back down. In the bot now, though, we are going to see still a 3-man rotation down here. I don't say it's rotation, actually, but it's 3 people down here who are going to cause problems. Revenge. Yeah, it is a 3-venge. That is for darn sure. HFN back down in the mid here. He's got his Desolator primed and ready. Actually, it's probably not primed, but it's gonna be ready one way or another here. Misery caught in a very precarious spot as he is whacked upon every set of heroes available there. Tavo just pressing his luck here. He's gonna go for a Vladimir's following suit with a very standard build here. Tomato looking for the X mark, but you know, that darkness giving him all the lack of vision. Tavo really wants to get that bounty rune though, but now he's spotted. Beat the Seasum as well as Tomato with the X mark, so Tavo is in a lot of trouble here. He has his ultimate, he's being brought up a lot, and he won't get stunned, and the Winter Wyvern ult goes out as a defensive precaution. Boat goes out as well to prevent any further damage, but the Earth Endo will be enough. In fact, they are definitely killing the Venge one way or another here. Meld as well. Getting killed. Does he not have his Aura Spect? He does not. Alright, that explains why he's not coming back under his illusionary form. So I do like to see this Desolator first from HFN. There's a lot of already jump into the fight heroes that Chaos is running in this scenario. They already have the Weaver, which is very prone to jumping in and fighting. Not really in the initiator sense, but more in the fact that he could just get in there and fight them kind of sense. Anyway, it's 10 minutes in. Let's go ahead and jump to the net worth, where, shocker, we do see the Kunkka, who did a pretty good job in the mid with 5-0 at the moment. Being the lead of the net worth at 5.6, I believe he just got the drum piece coming in. I thought for some reason he would be going for an armlet, as he has this casual helm of Iron Will. But, I mean, armlet eventually is definitely something you usually see on Kunkkas, unless you're like me and you build your Kunkkas completely wrong. HFN is the following net worth carrier at 5.6. He's going to go straight into the Desolator, then follow suit, most likely with the Blink Dagger. I can't say he's going to go Blink Dagger Smoke. In the mid, they're looking for the jump on HFN. They got all the spells, the stun, the follow suit, the boat as well, the roots. Yeah, there is a lot of damage there. I don't think there's an immediate method of escape for this man. He is going down. Now back down in bottom, though, we are seeing a team fight. The first Omnisage goes out. It is most likely going to kill Misery here. The Shaman Wards trying to go to work on this tower. They're doing a pretty good job, actually, but now they've directed and turned it towards Pepita for some reason, which makes me think that Misery is not looking at it. Although they might be looking for a Winter's Curse ultimate on Pepita, but no one is close enough. They're spreading apart so much so that they can't actually get that jump on him. King Owl, though, there's the Winter Wyvern ultimate. It only goes on one. The X mark is still there. Lion is not really phased by hitting him, so he's the picture on the Twitter feed, at least. Well, we'll know for sure in a second. I double-checked, and I went into the Discord, and I'm like, is this him or not? We'll find out eventually.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
I'm pretty sure this is Riha, though. Bevair, dropping down the Sentry Ward. They do want to find out where this Weaver is. He's actually got an Arcane Rune, so he's going to be going invis quite often here.
Dire's top tower is under
coming in. That tower is still not within deny range, but they do manage to lose bot tower while Tavo attempts to... Pro Circuit App says it is Weeha, then it is Weeha. If you guys are wrong and you're trying to annihilate me by saying this, then it's your guys' fault, not mine. It could be a Smurf account, that's true. You never know. Well, I mean, okay, let me show you something. Is it really can it really be a Smurf account if he's got 1,200 commends and his first match was in 2014? I mean, it could be, but you never know. We'll find out one way or another eventually. Obviously, in the next game, if it is him and his name gets registered up as Weehaw, then we're good to go. But until then, we'll just say it's Weehaw or it's Weaver. One way or another, they both have the letter W in front of it, so. Brewmaster up with that. Vladmir's might be going for the Blink Dagger next, but really don't think so. A lot of Brewmasters are not going Blink. You see them going like utility items now. Sometimes you see pipes. Sometimes you see, well, I don't think I've seen a Crimson Guard Brewmaster in a long time, but there's even that possibility. Sorry. Mid tower going down to HFN. They will get that one, no problem. And the Kunkka now also with his armlet's going to go for a second item BKB, and this is the walk into the Roshan pit after they take in the middle tower. Dropping the Shaman wards as well, and they're also going to shackle him up to make sure this kill happens ASAP. We do have the Bear on the back lines. The Big Boy Fear comes through. It will land on one, and this Roshan needs to die at the... oh my goodness, a beautiful Winter Wyvern ult actually. This might kill Venge, and it basically killed Venge. Let's put it that way. They do drop the stun onto the Storm Panda. Tomato drops the boat in as well, and it's only going to land on one. HFN actually landed on two. Misery goes down, the Aegis immediately expended. They're actually even going to lose top, but they lost 3 in this scenario. What are they going to be able to do here? They want to go for HFN. The slow trap has been disabled. They also go going for root. They can't find it, but the X mark is there, and now they're going to try their best. Yeah, they got HFN here. They do need some vision reveal. This Lion's at 12 HP, and this Lion is not dead. Now the Lion's dead. Weaver confirms the kill. They will get back. They'll run to the shrine, which is not even up in 55 seconds. So, unfortunately, they lose the Aegis in that scenario. 2 heroes and a lot of gold. Yeah, 782 gold. Minus 40, actually. So, it's about 800 gold that was modified with this transaction. So, a little unfortunate for them, though. The TA did survive, which is the big important thing, which now shows off the Blink Dagger, which for some reason it was not in range for the shot for that one. Tomato, though, running at 1700 HP. He's going to be a bit of a thing to deal with here in HFN. Only level 14. He's doing a lot of damage, actually. Holy moly. We'll be starting that Blink out, or TP out as well. Misery's not going to be able to get the jump on that one. Obviously, he has no Blink Dagger. He doesn't even have a raw TP available for this one. Underneath the Dire Observer ward being pinged out immediately, even. But they know not to go to that top lane. That'd be a death wish if they wanted to do that. So now HFN having the maximum capability to farm with Blink Dagger actually going back down into mid. We do see Winter Wyvern in a bit of a scenario here. He already popped the Winter Wyvern ultimate purely defensively, but he is immediately removed by Tomato Cleave, and now they're getting the X mark out onto the fake Weaver. But since it's fake, it doesn't really matter. Dire dropping the fortifications down for the bot tower by the looks of it. Tavo trying to hold off for the time being, but they're going to push mid at the same time, so I want to think that Tava should be aggressing this, even if it is just Viver that is the sole defender of this tower. It is a siege creep, so I really don't think there's any chance of them... It doesn't yet. 50 HP is not something Viver can deny at 90. What, 90 damage and how much armor? 12, so yeah, that's not happening. Tavo coming in there with the Brew Sprint. Does not have... Now he has Drunken Haze, but for Cinder Brew, actually it's not Drunken Haze anymore. I'm surprised they left it the same actual image despite the fact that it's called Cinder Brew and not Drunken Haze. I don't know. That just might be me. But, hey, what are you gonna do? Let's go ahead and, like I said, we'll go to the top of the net worth. We do have Tomato actually at the top at 10.1 with the BKB still on file. Following suit will be the Templar Assassin tied up for net worth here. Looks like a BKB of her own is on the to-do list. Tavo, following suit with 7.3, is actually going to go for the Blink Dagger. I'm really happy about that, because now I'm right about something for once. Weaver is going to be following that at 6.5, is going to go for the BKB now that Diffusal Blade and actually Medallion O Courage is up and running. And now we do have 6.4. Out on the Juggernaut is going to go for the Casual Manta. Very standard Juggernaut build, in my opinion, to see the Manta build. But no Lightning, but I guess it's because there's a Kunkka in this game, so there are no creep waves to even farm if they wanted to even try. The Vengeful Spirit running at 5,000 even has drums, and likely is going to go for something along the lines of maybe a Dragon Lance to turn into a Hurricane Pike or a Force Staff. TA Trap placed on the high ground. They get the direct one trap man vision on this one, so they see the rotation of the three heroes coming in the mid as they literally all walked over the trap simultaneously. It's so hard to click on Dark Willow during that issue. Dire dropping the scan. They're very suspective about this. It is a Smurf? Okay, that's good to know. The nickname. The nickname is one he uses on a Smurf. Okay, so I just wish, you know, I don't want to be like, oh man, I wish I knew how to do whatever these characters are. It might be Chinese or Korean. I'm not 100% sure. Infamous rotating in. They're not smoked up, but the Weaver walks into him. Immediately going to be revealed, but the Tavo reveal Blink Dagger coming in there. Fear comes in at the last second. It's going to be clicking away. That looks like one dead moves. Pepita is going to be following. No, Beaver is actually the next one. Now they're going for Pepita. He's trying to get out as much as possible. That tree is not cut down still, so Pepita is going to be in a bit of trouble. In the back lines, though, Juggernaut is going to be trying to spin. Oh, he actually spun out to TP. Now they're looking for Pepita. The swap's going to be there. We'll save for the time being. Will Weaver try to go for the aggressive? Tavo goes for it instead. Now Weaver does not have his ultimate available, so he will be eating that boat there. Gets healed up immediately. That might have been a bit of a reveal there. They could easily get an X Mark Torrent combo on that one, pretty much negating the heal, but looks like they're going to let that one go. This is not an Aghanim Scepter Vengeful, but, you know, still having the Venge around for the damage and the damage aura is pretty insane. Actually, 30% boost. Wow. Wait, that's... Oh, he, like, spammed Vengeance aura levels after he realized he wasn't respawning as the Vengeful actual spirit. You say 1,200 commends is nothing. I think I'm still sitting at like 910. Although back then you were able to farm commends. Now it's not so much the case. HFN with his BKB now up and running. The Manta style also picked up for the Juggernaut, allowing him to disjoint a lot more stuns and spells and so on and so forth. He still has one Tango, by the way. So let's take a look at this, though. The BKB is coming out for the Templar Assassin, which the Wyvern's going to go for the Glimmer Cape, has the Aether Lens. Brewmaster is still with that Blink Dagger. He is getting a lot to clean up, though, with that Blink Dagger. I like this a lot. The Weaver, which is or isn't Weehaw, we have no idea, is still going to go for that BKB, and Shadow Shaman, like I posted and talked about earlier, will be going for the Blink Dagger now that he has the Aether Lens. Vladimir's will be picked up for the Vengeful Spirits, so I actually should have predicted that one. Instead, the Lightning now being picked up for the Juggernaut, realizing he needs a farming mechanic. Tranquil Boots, still going to be the ideal pickup for Lion here in this scenario. Dark Willow picked up a Yules just now, and the AC is the next item for the Kunkka in this game. I do like the AC, actually. There's a lot of physical damage that comes out from Chaos. The Armor Reduct as well is going to be really good. So lower attack speed, lower attack... Well, lower defense. Misery. I don't know if that was a smoke or not. I don't think that was a smoke, but whether or not it was a smoke or not, he almost ate the whole thing. Pizza, they still want it, though. They get the X mark on them. They have to dedicate boat if they really want this, and, you know, no boat. In fact, they could try to turn this around, but this could be a 5-man team fight with the TA actually TPing into the back lines here, getting ready for some sort of counter engagement here. Slowing trap only land on one. Looks like it was a fresh trap as well, because there is no Tranquils on moves just yet either, so I'll have to leave that one for the time being. I think they have pretty decent follow-up after Winter Wyvern Ultimate. They have Brewmaster Ultimate itself, if the Winter Ult does go down to a full duration. If they get kills with it too, that's the other thing. I think they have a lot of follow-up after a Winter Wyvern Ult. I mean, The damage is a little bit weak out on the Templar Assassin in the sense that you'll blink in and that's what you gotta do. Meld has a 1.5 second hit bash. Wow, that just makes Meld a stun. That's insane. A 6-second stun that stuns for a second and a half. Wow, that could be absolutely devastating. Infamous literally hanging out in the Radiant Triangle, while Chaos is looking for them.
Middle tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning. Dire's structures are fortified.
Your keyboard, this mic's right by the keyboard.
Is under attack. Radiant's
So it looks like Chaos is going to be kicking down their tier 2 tower, while Infamous will be trying to take their tier 1. I don't think they're trying to, though. I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to take this tier 1, no problem. And now they're going to rotate down to the bot. Misery still has Shadow Shaman wards if he really wants to go for this one. But, yeah, the tower's at full HP. I would gladly trade a tier 1 for 2 tier 2s any day. But maybe not a Roshan. But they know what's happening. They see it on top of the trap. So the only one staying behind is HFN, who's someone that can't really do anything immediately if they wanted to try and prevent this. Roshan's at half HP. They still see the Roshan at half HP. They're coming in. They see them with the Dire Vision ward up on the hill. Winter Wyvern ult trying to find somebody, though. They find a beautiful Winter ult. Actually, it's only on one, but the Lion is going to be the first one to fall. They actually lose Weaver in the back lines, but HFN comes in, removes moves from the game. The buyback immediately from the Lion. Jug's trying to get to the high ground. Now they're looking for the kill out on Bear. They get the stun on Skinner. Skinner gets destroyed by HFN's damage. They're looking for more, though. The Shackle on the back lines will find one. They're mass buybacking and TPing. They can't let this Aegis go, but at the same time, they're taking too much damage. Weaver caught up with a heal. He's going to be okay for the time being. Invis is available. There's no sentry ward to immediately spot him in this one. He's getting out of there. King out. Next one to fall, though, might be in a bit of a situation as well. He's not getting out of this one, but he achieved his purpose. He got everybody out of there, and the Roshan is incomplete at half HP. And now they're going back in. They know there's no Winter Wyvern, there's no ultimates available, there's no Shadow Shaman wards, there's nothing they can do about this anymore, and Chaos are very well aware of this, and they're going to let this one go. Well, that's a bit unfortunate, though. They did get, like, is this worth it, though? The big question is, it is a cheese, and it's an Aegis, but is it worth it? They bought back 8 heroes. They bought back 4 heroes for this. Here, let's scroll back up here, alright? So look at this. Then Dark Willow buyback, Jug buyback, Venge buyback. Oh, the Weaver even bought back, so we even had buybacks. Lion bought back, Dark Willow destroyed a sentry. Like, there were, so 1, 2, 3, 4. There were 4 dire buybacks in that fight alone to prevent the Roshan. Weird. Weird time for drums, in my opinion. Weird time for drums.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower.
Well, it looks like they will be sacrificing this tier 2 tower here, but Tavo is in bottom with a dire cannon, and he's looking to get the... That's so cool. That's a nice animation, actually.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It is Shaman. Get out of here. Alright, well, this top tower is going down. Tavo applied some decent damage to this bot. Tier 3, actually. It's practically half HP. Now, we do see Infamous TPing in rotations onto Tavo. He does have Blink Dagger available, as well as his ultimate. They have to time this extremely well to get it, and they did. Now they're looking to try and go on Tomato off to the side. He's not going to be scouted immediately. I say that, though, it is HFN on the high ground here, waiting it out. Trine goes down as well as the following stun. The Dire Courier gets snipped in the back lines by the Weaver. Now the Weaver comes in, but at the same time, so is Bear. The BKB picked up and used on HFN. The cheese is going to be consumed for Tomato, though. That's an immediate removal of moves. Slowing Trap is going to go down. Bear in a bit of trouble. The BKB still going to work. Weaver trying to find the clicks. It is going to be HFN, Continent X Mark plus Torrent. They're looking for more. The BKB by Tomato is going to try and turn this around. But can you turn this around? Tomato getting absolutely destroyed. He is going to be healed up by the ward at the last second. The Winter Wyvern ult goes down. The Shadow Shaman wards as well. This looks like a dead bench. This looks like a dead Kunkka. Two bad boys going down here. Skitter being body blocked as well. The slowing trap not in close enough proximity. The new slowing trap thrown down though. HFN removes the Aegis. There's only one more hero left in this scenario. The Aegis Juggernaut. The Hex is out immediately. This boy is dead. And there's the BM tips coming out by Chaos.
Wonderful. Children.
That is something you always laugh at. I love it when heroes have silvers, because then you get those really nice all chat lines. They're looking for moves. I don't know why TA kind of just stood there. That Daedalus. It's the brand new item on HFN. It's the brand new thing to get. No. They're gonna looks like with the fortification being expended here, they understand their scenario in this game, and they're gonna just try to clean up the racks, and they will clean them indeed. Now they're looking for tops. Tops, I imagine, are equally going down. Big Fear going. Oh, that I would have kept that Fear 100%. Tavo coming in, Yule step into the air. That's gonna force the stun out on him, as well as an immediate Hex following suit. Moose trying to figure out if he wants to stun him or not, but they'll have to let this one go. And with that being said, they lose top racks, they lose middle racks, and obviously the Roshan is not up yet. It may respawn in 4 minutes, but woo, that'd be a really hard thing for them to get to, you know, since it's in 4 minutes. Let's go to the net worth though. We have HFN at the top of the net worth, showing off that brand new Daedalus and team fights that we have just physically witnessed with our eye holes. Following suit will still be the Kunkka running at 15, basically 16,000. Also going to work for his Daedalus now that he's got the Assault Keras. Okay. Weaver, following with that one, is going to go for what looks to be the Solar Crest, as he has no other items linked, and he is going to go for the Ultimate Orb, because that now is what's in Solar Crest. It's really weird. Solar Crest is like this big cost-heavy item now that you have to put an Ultimate Orb in there. With that being said, though, Tavo will be the follow suit at 11-7, is going to go for the AC himself, showing off his Yules in the previous fight. Juggernaut will be next in line at 10-7, is going to go for the Mjolnir. Now, and if any of you were here yesterday, y'all were giving me crap about calling it lightning. It is lightning. And I know how to pronounce Mjolnir, alright? I know how to pronounce Mjolnir, so don't get on my case about that. Believe it or not, though, when I started playing Dota, usually you don't tell these stories if you're trying to prove the chat wrong. BKB immediately used out for the Weaver, and he's out of there. Shaman Wards being expended as well. This is one very dead move. Skitter's being preoccupied, killing off one thing, though. The spin's going to be there. He'll be able to get out of that one. The Fear goes through, but it lands on nobody but the Panda Splits. And that's going to prevent nobody from getting out of there. They're looking for the kill on Misery if that's the only one they could get, and they're not even going to get him. TP is going to be expended from that near-dead Dark Willow. The slowing trap's out on Tomato. He's popping drums to get his way outie. That trap is not close enough, but they still want to go for him. They're looking for him. There's a Gem O True Sight up on this Winter Wyvern. Anyway, when I started playing Dota a long time ago, when I didn't know what Mjolnir was. I didn't watch like any shows or anything like that that had Mjolnir in it, so I didn't watch that many Thor like documentaries or anything like that. I had no idea what Mjolnir was. Right, so like I said, this isn't really a conversation you want to have trying to prove chat wrong. So the big thing is that I used to pronounce Mjolnir Mjolnir. And yeah, that's how I used to pronounce Mjolnir. So those of you who were getting on my case yesterday asking if I could pronounce Mjolnir, I can pronounce Mjolnir, but on top of that, I used to say Mjolnir, so. Oh man, I can't wait to see that one on Reddit. How you guys doing so far? These games are going pretty darn well, I have to say. 32 minutes in with 24 and 17. Let's look at the net worth graph. Wow, look at that bad boy. Look at the XP graph. Look at the win probability. It's gotten to the point where, like, Dota and Valve, they understand that they can't put 100%. They can never, ever put 100% because they know that that'll just result in really bad stuff happening. BKB is going to be picked up used up for Weah here to get rid of Moose. Now they're looking for more. Pepita is going to be the next to follow. That BKB going to work. He's not going to be in range of the stun. He swaps out for the Kunkka though, making sure nothing happens there. Tavo, ultimate available if he, oh no, ultimate in 3 seconds. But he pops his own Yules to dispel the stun. Now they're looking, oh, HFN just destroys him in one shot. They're looking for Tomato. They want him though, the BKB, he can't be slowed today, son. Omni slash big use, not gonna do anything here. It's gonna get more, it's gonna find Skinner. They're looking for the kill, they want him, he's low. But the GG's thrown out either way. They want him better, they get him in the dang face. The very next to follow though, and now they're getting that one. With that being said, though, ladies and gentlemen, that is just game number 1. I'll try to deal with the fact that I was getting a bit stuffy there during that game. But what an exciting game number 1. But game number 2 will be right around the corner, so stay tuned.